the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
1, 2, 3, we know.
Tonight at 9, emotions run high as the community mourns the loss of 16-year-old Jada Medrano Moore, shot and killed outside of her own high school.
I want to see justice. I want to see. I want to see the perpetrator, the killer, come to light.
Tonight we're hearing from her father as he fights for justice and her friends as they gather to remember a life gone too soon.
And good evening, everyone. We do have a line of showers that are making their way across western Maryland into Montgomery County as well. How long will they last? I have the details coming up.
And even if you were born and raised in the DMV, navigating the metro can be confusing and a major challenge to changes the transit system is testing out that could make hopping on the train a little easier.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Tasmin Mahfouz. Tonight, a Prince George's County community coming together to mourn a teenager who was shot and killed outside of her high school. 16-year-old Jada Medrano Moore was walking near the Vigil High School in Lanham yesterday, and that's when police say a fight between two groups led to a gun going off and the teenager being killed. So far, no arrests have been made. We're beginning our team coverage tonight. Our Mariel Carbone is live at a vigil held in Jada's honor.
Yeah, but first, our Yamari Sase talks to the father of the teenager whose life was cut too short.
I was so heartbroken, and I broke down yesterday. I was really feeling the pain.
That's how Glennon Reed felt when he was told his daughter Jada was shot and killed while walking home from Duval High School.
Didn't deserve it. She was innocent. And I'm just like, just thinking about it, like, cuts into my heart, cuts into my soul.
The 16-year-old was a basketball star and had goals of joining the WNBA.
I love the sport, and I really believe that she could have been someone, special in the future.
Police say on Monday, Jada was walking on Palomar Drive when the dispute broke out between two groups. Someone opened fire, shooting and killing her. Her family doesn't believe she was the intended target.
She's a very humble child. This wasn't meant for her. She was very innocent.
On Tuesday, investigators spent time looking for any clues that could solve the case. Until then, her family and community are praying for answers.
I want to see justice. I want to see I wanted to see the perpetrator, the killer, come to light. It's cruel. It's very devilish. It's just terrible.
Our team coverage continues right now on Palomar Drive in Lanham. That's where that shooting happened, and where dozens gathered tonight in honor of Jada. And Marielle, it was certainly an emotional scene out there tonight.
Yeah, Chris, I think it goes without saying people are devastated and heartbroken about the loss of this teenager. There were more than 100 people out here gathering, sharing in that grief together. You can see all the candles that are still out here, people leaving behind tonight. All of them heartbroken, as we mentioned, of that teenager killed too soon. All right, and I know we're going to get to hear some more from that vigil tonight, but I just want to show you, as we were mentioning, all of these candles that were left out here, even further down from us on the sidewalk. You can see dozens more. People put out these candles and spelled out Jada's name out here tonight. We saw classmates, teammates from her basketball team, families, young kids, parents out here, all of them just trying to make sense of what happened. Some people speaking up, and one mother saying she didn't actually know Jada, but her daughter did. And she said hearing about what happened on the news was so difficult for her because all of these parents, they send their kids to school thinking that they're going to return home safely. And of course, that is not what happened here on Monday night, only just 2 blocks, or really a block from this school. Now, family members sharing tonight that they just want to know what happened. So if you saw something, if you know something, speak up. They say it is not snitching. They just want justice for Jada, and all of that starting here with them processing again the grief and letting go of that anger here tonight. We'll send it back to you guys in studio, but for now, reporting live in Lanham, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, powerful sight out there. Thank you. Meanwhile, ahead at 9:30 tonight, our Michaela Newton looks at a new report that puts youth crime trends across Maryland into perspective. But first, let's get a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
And Janessa, it's coming down pretty good in parts of the DMV right now.
Yeah, nothing on the severe side. A good moderate soaking rain that we are currently dealing with. Here's a live look out towards Alexandria, the Arlington area, where DCA Reagan National Airport lies, and we're seeing partly cloudy conditions. Overcast skies will continue for tonight. Temperatures into the lower 80s. Live look at current radar right now. You have kind of this line of storms that have formed out towards Montgomery County. So here's the district right here, so you can get your bearings straight. And this is central Montgomery County, sections of Loudoun County as well. Really, there's not a ton of lightning associated with this, and that's why it has not gone to severe status. But I am watching kind of this bulk of rain for Loudoun County. Loudoun County, the last couple of weeks here, have really been getting hit with that moderate to soaking rain, and we've had a few flash flood warnings go into place. Really, that's the only line at this point, and it is moving pretty fast here, 15 to 20 miles per hour, so it should be out of the area pretty quickly. Upper Marlboro into areas of Prince George's County, seeing moderate rain as well. Here's where the biggest severe weather threat continues to be out towards the Richmond area, and so this is going to push offshore, not making its way into our region. Temperatures as well, they are starting to cool off. We have a little bit of drier air trying to work its way in due to this frontal boundary that's going to quickly make its way across the region. Still a mild 81 right now. So we're going to keep storms in the forecast throughout your overnight into the start of your Wednesday. As the front starts to make its way through, folks, we are going to see temperatures going down for daytime highs. How cool will it get? I have that full forecast coming up.
All right, Janessa, thank you. Just in from D.C. Police, the reward for information leading to the capture of an escaped murder suspect now sits at $30,000. This video captures the minutes after Edward Haynes broke away from police custody at George Washington Hospital last Wednesday. The 30-year-old faced charges for murder of Brent Hayward. Investigators say that 6 days since his escape, they've received numerous reports of possible sightings. They say finding Haynes is a top priority, and anyone caught helping him will face criminal charges.
All new tonight, Metro will be testing new signs this week. It's all in an effort to make navigating the system easier. That means adding letters and numbers for accessibility. L'Enfant Plaza Station will be the first to get the new signs. That's where Daniel Himberg joins us live tonight. And Daniel, even for experienced riders, knowing where you're going can be confusing sometimes.
That's absolutely right, Chris. I take the red line most often, so when it comes to the green line, if you want to go north, for instance, you're going to need to head this way to Greenbelt. But if you're going south, you're going to need to head this way to Branch Avenue. The words north and south are not on these signs. That's unclear, but that soon will change to make it easier for customers to find the right platform. Navigating Metro's 6 color-coded lines may be easy for commuters who use it every day, but knowing where you're going can be confusing.
Sometimes I get out on like the stops and I'm like, I know which way to go, but then I'm like, all right, am I going out this way or am I going this way? Then if I get out the wrong exit, then I'm like 5 minutes down the street. Metro is taking a page out of the playbook of other transit systems around the world, talking about adding numbers to existing colored lines to help those who are colorblind, and letters to exits so it's easier to navigate.
I think anything that makes it more accessible is gonna be good.
Instead of a sign saying the train is going to Greenbelt, it'll say it's southbound instead. At L'Enfant, this sign will be changed to show the 7th Street Maryland Avenue exit is in the direction of the Air and Space Museum and VRE trains.
I think that will be excellent because it give us more, it'll give us, people will have time to get on different trains. We won't be so crowded because people going in different directions.
It's a help for locals and especially out-of-towners.
That would be super helpful because right now to get to our building, we have to know the waving astronaut versus the plane astronaut, and so it's extremely difficult. Here at L'Enfant.
New real-time designs showing stations ahead are coming this fall, and additional entrance displays will be installed this month. Now, Metro's board is meeting on Thursday to go over these changes here at L'Enfant Plaza. These signs over here will start to change in the coming days. There will be on-site as well as online feedback forms so customers can give their reactions to these new changes. We're live at L'Enfant Plaza Station. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Meanwhile, some Metro riders may have to plan ahead around the holidays. A stretch of the Red Line will be closing for 2 weeks for repairs and upgrades. From December 18th to December 30th, Red Line service will not run through Farragut North, Metro Center, or Gallery Place. Judiciary Square will be closing from December 22nd to Christmas Eve. We're told free shuttle buses will be there to help riders get to their destinations.
A controversial plan to add bike lanes to Connecticut Avenue drew protesters on both sides out to Cleveland Park today. This comes ahead of the release of the final concept designs for the project. The bike lane would span from Woodley Park to Chevy Chase Circle.
We're protesting against the biking because it's going to cut down on the lanes. And when you cut down on the lanes, you cut down on the places for the delivery trucks to stand. And then that cause double parking. And then you only have one lane to drive through. So we're against the bike lanes because it's going to cause a huge amount of traffic and it's going to cause a real mess here.
But supporters say the project would provide a safe place for both cyclists and drivers.
I'm a very confident cyclist. I've been riding for a long time in the city, so I don't mind biking, but it still feels like I'm taking a risk. What I would like is to have a street where everybody feels safe biking, where parents can take their kids out biking, where, you know, seniors on electric bikes or electric trikes can go out biking and feel safe. And right now we don't have that. Too many drivers treat Connecticut Avenue like a 6-lane highway. They use it to get from the Maryland suburbs into downtown DC, and then they drive right back. And they never stop at these restaurants or libraries or movie theaters or schools or stores. A bike lane helps people really experience the neighborhood. Safer sidewalks and safer streets help people enjoy the neighborhood as a place to get to and not just a place to get through.
And the plans to add bike lanes comes after several recent crashes on the road included a 4-vehicle collision in March that killed 1 driver and hospitalized 6 others.